Hello and welcome guys to this amazing YouTube channel where we share with you profound trading information to make sure that your trading career is delivering maximum profits as usual. So we hope you have already liked, we hope you have subscribed, we hope you share with us your comments so that we know if we are engaging together and we are moving in one level of understanding. So as you know, we publish very profound videos on a continuous basis to make sure that you are reaping as much profits as you can out of your trading career. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to take you through the weekly analysis for our volatility 75, our volatility 100, and our step index, which are three synthetic indices that we mainly focus on in Smart Traders International. So we are going to go through the analysis just now. So as you can see, I'm on the daily time frame on volatility 75 index. As you can see, I'm on the daily time frame on volatility 75 index, and I'm having my line chart. So the first thing, obviously, is to identify my my key levels of support and resistance. The first thing is for me to identify my key levels of support and resistance. So as you can see, that's a key level there. First key level there. Second key level there. Let me just place another last one on top because I don't need to have many of them for me to actually know what is possibly going to happen this week. So roughly I have three main key levels there. Let me just make them black like that, black like that. So obviously I will need to also name them. Show text, that's a daily. Daily like that, to the right. That's a daily. Right. That's a daily. This one as well. We do the same. We label it daily like that. Okay, let me place it to the right on the bottom like that. So guys, as you can see, we're actually breaking down the whole market for you to actually see what is going to happen this week. This is how we project what is possibly going to happen in the whole of this week on this particular instrument. Right. So I've labeled my key areas there. I have labeled my key areas there. My key areas there, which are my supply and demand, of course. Right. So once I've done that, I now move on to the next stage now. Let me bring back my candlestick chart. I just come back here, bring back my candlestick chart. Right. Once that is done, we can actually return back to our right. So as you can see, this market it has actually been. Let me just show you an overview of where it's coming from and where it is going right now. So if you check this market, guys, it was actually in a downtrend, like from that region here, this whole zone. It was actually a selling zone. This whole region down here, that's actually let me just write it here, a sell zone, like that. Right. So this whole region down this trend line, it was actually a selling zone, but then the market actually managed to break above our trend line and eventually the trend of the market changed. So roughly we are now in an uptrend, and in an uptrend, as you know, we are always focused on having higher highs and higher lows. As you can see, the market pushed, made a higher high there. Let me just change my color so that you see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, again went and made a higher high, but then when it came back now, it broke the recent low there, which was actually a break of structure. So roughly there we can actually label here and call that region a break of structure, because I want you to actually take note of this. It's actually a key thing to actually take note of that area. It's actually a break of structure, meaning there's a break of an uptrending structure. So meaning we are starting to expect lower highs and lower lows, meaning the market came back up. Then that high that it made, it was lower than that recent high. If you check this high, it's lower than that one. So that's actually a lower high. That's actually a lower high. So we're expecting for the market to either come and break that low and give us something like a lower low down there. So that is actually another expectation. Another expectation. So, but if you check now, the most interesting thing about this break of structure, the market is actually sort of like faked out, because it broke out, went and made a higher high, went and made a lower low, went and made a higher high. So it's actually sort of like a fake out, this break of structure. So there is a higher high again. It's a higher high, went and made a higher high, came back and made a low, higher low, higher high. So here now we want to see, is it going to make a higher low? Because it came back to that previous low there, that level of the previous low, it came back there. So we now want to know exactly what is going to happen. What is going to happen there? Because whatever reaction that it's going to give us there is going to determine even the entries that we are going to enter. So I'm going to change the color of that one and make it make it red like that. So that is a key area there, guys. Right now, it's actually on a very, very key important area. So once this market manages to, because it's still maintaining an uptrend, it's still maintaining an uptrend as far as we can see. So there is big on that recent low. So once it manages to break that low, definitely we are going down. Once it manages to break that current low that is there, once it manages to break here, definitely we are going all the way to the downside. All the way to the downside. So roughly the market is here. Let me just scroll down to 4 hours so that we can see some other things and factors to consider as well. So on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, we are on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see. Right, as you can see, we're on the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, okay, let me remove that as well. We're on the 4-hour time frame. So the interesting thing here, as I told you, we are still in an uptrend. We are still in an uptrend. We are still in an uptrend. The market is still maintaining higher highs and higher lows. And if you also check with an interesting level and an interesting region there, right? If you check this trend line that I've drawn right now, this is a very, very critical trend line. Very, very critical trend line for you to take note of. So long the market is below the trend line. That is actually what we call a sell zone, a selling zone. Selling zone is below that trend line. So the market, so long it was below this trend line, we were focused on selling. Above there, it's what we call a buying zone. So the market is currently in a buying zone right now. But 75 is currently in a buying zone. Let me just place make that one. Okay, let me change the color. Buying zone, let me make it blue like that. Right, so above that trend line, it's actually a buying zone, and we're at a very critical area. And if you check that level, let me just apply my Fibonacci, which is also part of our strategy. If I apply my Fibonacci there, you can actually see it's at a very interesting level right now. Very interesting level. Definitely interesting level. Volatility 75, we're going to kill it very hard this week. It's at a very wonderful buying point. So right now, as you can see, we have quite a number of confirmations. Number one, we have an uptrending, an overall uptrending market from the high time frame, as we have seen on the daily. Number two, we have a trend line breakout and retest. This is a 4-hour trend line breakout and retest, was broken and retested. Trend line breakout and retest. That's the second confirmation. The third confirmation that we're having is it's at a critical level of support, which is this red line that I've placed there. Number four, it's at a 78.6 retracement Fibonacci level, which is actually a key also area for buying. So currently it's actually a very this is actually a very powerful moment, guys. This is actually a powerful moment. This is actually a powerful moment. This is actually a powerful moment. One can actually take their buy the scale all the way to the top. Scale all the way to the top. So VIX75, it's actually looking very good, guys, for this whole week. So for this whole week, it's for the projections of where this buy can actually go. Obviously, we're now using our next tool, which is what we call a Fibonacci extension. So Fibonacci extension, just take it like that. Take it like that, then I place it there. I place it there. So from the 78.6, the market can go all the way to the upside, The market can come all the way to this region here. The market can come all the way to that zone there, because obviously, as you know, Fibonacci extension, it actually also works with certain correlations. So right now, we're at a very good buying point. So guys, this is actually a very powerful swing trade for volatility 75 buy. A very major swing trade for this week. We're actually going to swing trade this buy all the way to the upside, all the way to that level there. Let me just mark it there. All the way to that zone there. That is where we're going to consider taking most of our profits. But roughly, the buy is actually starting there, where I've shown you right now. That's where the buy is actually starting. If it comes all the way and breaks certain structures, that's where you'll be adding trades. If it comes and breaks there, then actually, so areas where you can add trades. Once the market comes and breaks that high there, you can actually add trades. The market comes and break that midpoint there, you can actually add trades. So you can add trades there or there and hold all the way to the upside. So guys, this is volatility 75. This is volatility 75. This is actually what we are seeing on volatility 75. So I think we are done on volatility 75. Let's move on to volatility 100. Volatility 100. So volatility 100, as you can see already, we were actually in a swing sell that we took last week. Obviously, if you missed this one, make sure you're part of our Telegram group. That is in the description below. There you'll find a link to our Telegram group. So as you can see, guys, this is volatility 100. I'm still on the daily time frame. Let me identify things first. Let me identify my key levels of support and resistance. Let me identify first my key levels of what? Support and resistance. So I'm on the line chart right now. I want to identify my key levels of support and resistance. So if you check, let me check the current support and resistance that is there. That is a very, very critical level there. That is where it is going. We also have another level there, a critical level as well there. Right. I have that level bottom there and that level bottom top there. So I think these levels, they are more than enough for me. They are more than enough for me to actually look for the trade that we're going to be taking this particular week. So let me just go back to my candlestick chart and go back to my candlestick chart. Since I've identified two levels of major supply and resistance. So I go back to my candlestick chart. As you can see, the market is going to a very critical level of what? Of supply, which is this level here. So if you check this market, it has been actually moving in an uptrend as well, since it was forming higher highs, a series of higher highs and higher lows, higher low, higher high, higher high there. So right now it's actually definitely a higher low. It's actually a region of a higher low. So higher low, higher low, higher low. So if you check now, since we've seen that we've been in an overall uptrend, and we're actually at a very key level of support. Let's scale down to a lower time frame to 4 hour, so that we can actually confirm with any candlestick confirmations for that particular trade. So if ever you want to enter trades like this, obviously you want to go on your smaller time frame, like the 30 minutes, the 15 minutes. That's where you can check your entries. So roughly, I'm having a trend line there, a very beautiful trend line there. As you can see, I'm having a very beautiful trend line. So as you do on the bottom, that's the same thing that you do on the top. So if you check, we are actually in an overall beautiful uptrend on Wallstreet 100. We're in a very beautiful uptrend, and right now we're actually at a very beautiful region for the market to actually give us very good confirmation. So right now, the current candle, the current 4 hour candle that is loading right now, it actually has to close bullish, either to close as a bullish engulfing pattern, which is actually a confirmation that the buyers have not kicked in, and the momentum of the upside is actually stronger than the downside. It actually has to close like that. If ever it closes below that trend line and breaks that trend line, definitely it has to actually confirm that breakout to actually see if it's really a breakout by retesting that trend line again. So just take note of that particular moment. But if you go to actually lower time frames, or for example 1 hour, 30 minutes, you can actually see what is happening and actually base your trade based on that. So once that 4 hour candle right now that is there on Wallstreet 100, once it closes bullish and gives us a bullish engulfing, definitely we are going long. Definitely we are going long, and definitely we'll be going long. We'll go long there. Obviously, our first TP is there. Our first major TP will be there. Our first major TP will be there. Our second TP there at the top of the trend line. So this is not bad. This is not bad, which is 1:10, a risk as to reward. 1:10, meaning if you risk $100, you're going to make $1,000. So it's actually worth it. It's actually worth a trade that is worth it. So so long that trade that it closes bullish, we're actually going to swing trade that particular trade for a very long time. So guys, as you can see, it was a very clear analysis on Wallstreet 100, a very clear, smart analysis on Wallstreet 100. So let's move on now to our last instrument, which is step index. So on step index, as you can see already, I had an analysis there, but let me just remove it. Let me just remove everything so that we start together and move in one accord. So first things first, I identify my what? So if you check step index has been in an overall downtrend for almost a very long time. I think it's over a year or two downtrending. So in such a market like that, we actually need balance, because remember, the markets, they actually operate in a way of balance. The market has to operate in a way of balance. The market has to operate in a way of balance. The market has to operate in a way of balance whereby there is a balance between buyers and sellers, not only for the market to be focused on one lane as if. So that is the whole concept. That's why I told you that these are synthetic indices. There's always a third party involved. So if you check now, we have an interesting thing, because our downtrend has been broken there. We have a downtrend that has been broken there, and we're now expecting a higher highs and higher lows, since it's now possibly an uptrend. So that's my first level of support and resistance. Let me see if I have anything else. Exactly. So let me just place another one at the top, just above everything like that. Above everything like that. Right. So those three levels, they're more than enough for me to actually decide and look for the entries that I'm going to enter for this week. So I'm going to go to the candlestick chart, as you can see. So if you check now, if you check my my analysis, as I told you that it broke, the market broke. It was actually in a downtrend. It was actually in a downtrend. It has been in a downtrend for long. Step index has been in a downtrend for a very long time now, and the downtrend has been broken. Where has it been broken? The downtrend has been broken here, because it was forming lower highs and lower lows. The market was forming lower highs. Let me just remove this. The market was forming lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So that the market has to actually, the first thing now is the trend, the market has to break that particular lower high, because this is a lower high. This is a lower high, lower low, lower high. So for it to actually confirm that we are now in a bullish market, it has to come and break that high. Then continue to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So we actually haven't gotten that confirmation. So that confirmation, the market can actually come back. This market can actually come back down and continue going with this downtrending nature, because it's still in a downtrend. It's still in a downtrend, if you ask me, because we are still having lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. So that trend line breakout, yes, indeed, if ever it is a full breakout, it has to break out then retest. So if it comes and retests here, that can be a potential buy entry. Once we get a retest there, once we get a retest there on that trend line and further bullish confirmations through candlesticks, we can actually take our first buys there. Then once it comes and breaks that particular lower high, they definitely that particular lower high there, definitely we can take more buys there and scale all the way to the upside. So guys, for step index, I don't think I need any further explanations. The analysis is clear, as you have seen. You can actually wait for the market to come back to that trend line as you take advantage of the other opportunities that we have shown you in volatility 75 and volatility 100, and actually wait for step index to come to that zone. Then you actually consider taking buys after you get candlestick confirmations on lower time frames. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this valuable content that we are sharing with you on a daily basis. We hope you are liking this content. If you like this content, make sure that you share with your loved ones. Make sure you comment. Make sure you are always subscribed and you have hit your notification bell so that whenever we publish new videos, you are the first one to receive them. We hope you like these videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you again for your time. Let's all be learning. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. To meet again on the next videos.